Welcome to the post game week 6 video. So this game week had a lot of drama for sure, and the first game, Chelsea Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan, it was very disappointing. In fact, I came out the game quite disgusted by Martin's performance, and it's good to see the FA act. It just makes it even worse in a way because you know the fact that Gabriel should not have been sent off and Costa should have, it actually rubs more salt in the wound. And um, I don't know what to say. But in terms of the game, Arsenal started well, and before Chelsea had a shot for a penalty, Ramsey had a great chance, and I don't understand why he's not taking the shot. And but as the game progressed, I think Chelsea got more into the game, but I think it was a very even game. And in fact, I still think Arsenal edged it out. But Chelsea were getting a lot of space just outside the D, and Pedro was taking quite a few shots. But either way, a very even game. And I think we pretty much nullified Costa and his threat. And I think he took his frustration, but what he did after, it's not like the spur of the moment. He's done that knowing very well what he's doing. And um, plus, if Costa gets, I mean, there's a certain space. I mean, imagine you move your foot in that situation when Gabriel apparently stomped on Costa. To be frank, Costa isn't his space. I mean, I don't know what Costa's trying to do by being that close because there's no sense of marking because I think Arsenal have a goal kick or I don't remember a goal kick or a free kick, so it doesn't make sense. In fact, I would say I don't know who's seen the incident, whether it was the fourth official or Mike Dean. And when I look at the replay, I kind of think Fabregas has instigated all of this because he seems to have known that, okay, Mike Dean's going to send him off and he just walks away. But either way, Fabregas is not an Arsenal legend, first of all. People keep saying this. No, he's not an Arsenal legend. Legends win trophies. He didn't win nothing. And yeah, so either way, disappointing result for Arsenal. The first goal is a result of probably Gabriel getting sent off, and the structure we have in terms of defending for set pieces that kind of get disrupted when you're 10 men down, and when such an influential player in Gabriel is sent off. Don't forget he's probably one of the best headers we have at Arsenal. And then the second goal, well, I don't know what fancy are thinking by awarding that to Hazard, but it was clearly a Chambers own goal. But I don't know what the panel have decided on, whether to reward it to Hazard or give the own goal to Chambers. But either way, a win for Chelsea and a big win for them, and especially in the week when Man City have dropped points, which is not that surprising. It's a reminder that Chelsea are still involved. I think the title race is nowhere near over. I've seen people saying, oh, just because City won the first 5 games, they're going to run away with the league. Nope. If you watch the Premier League for several years, you would know that that's not how it works. So either way, disappointing result for Arsenal. In terms of free club kickoffs, West Brom and Villa. Villa obviously won yesterday against Birmingham in the Carling Cup, and a massive win for them. But I think they were kind of flat in the game against West Brom, and credit to West Brom, like any Tony Pulis team, defend very well, and they got the goal from Berarino. So credit to West Brom, important win. I was just recommending some players from Chelsea and Arsenal. I did mention Pedro is probably the midfielder that I would look at, and in terms of Arsenal, there's not much more to add. But in terms of the Villa and West Brom game, Berarino gets involved. He's coming back. His value's gone down, so he's definitely something to look at. And I mean, I mentioned Amavi before because he actually assisted Gested in the Carling Cup game. But I think defensively he's a bit poor. Sometimes he gives the ball away too easily. But either way, Berarino, with his value gone down, it's definitely worth a shout possibly. And also Maiho, I think I mentioned before several times, this guy's keeping clean sheets. And there's a good chance he gets bonuses when he makes a good considerable number of saves in this game. So he's definitely also not someone to look at. Here's the Bournemouth Sunderland game. Great goal by Richie, and a good goal by Wilson as well. Good turn. I think the keeper should do better. And Bournemouth, I think they've just beat Preston by penalties in the Carling Cup. And Sunderland did just got battered by Man City. That's not too surprising. I think the defensive partnership of Quartes and Kabul is just not working out. And Kabul getting sent off, just a reminder of that. I think O'Shea is required in that defence just to make it a bit better. And I think when they had him, they actually got a point off Swansea, which is not bad. In terms of the goals and Bournemouth, they did very well. Sunderland had chances to come back with the foul, and they had a goal that was disallowed for Lens. But either way, Bournemouth won, and the bonus is, I mean, Francis is a player who's at 4.5. He's someone to look at because in this game, what I've noticed is he seems to be quite, how do you say it, favorited in a way. He gets the BPS system seems to favour him quite a lot. So at 4.5 for Bournemouth defender, if Bournemouth keep a clean sheet or they do something, he's likely to get some sort of bonus. But he's not someone I possibly would go for myself, but someone worth looking at. And of course, yeah, Daniels. I mean, okay, yeah, I mean he got free bonus in the game, but I mean I think Francis is the one to get. He's been getting more assists. It seems more like an offensive player to me. So, and I think he might take the odd occasional corner set piece as well. So he's someone to look at. In terms of Newcastle Watford game, well, disappointing result for Newcastle. Jan Matt was somebody I was preaching in the pre-Gameweek 6 video, and he scored. Wasn't a surprise there. And Igalo's, I mean, he had a great pre-season, and he's continued that into the season. I mean, big win for Watford. And Newcastle, I just think they need to go back to basics, sort out the defence, because you don't want to start the game 2-0 down, because then it's very difficult. The only team I think this season to come back from 2-0 down is Leicester, and that was exceptional circumstances as well. So Newcastle need to sort that out. I think defensively quite vulnerable. I mean, I think I saw Colaccini get like totally skilled up by one of Watford players. Like it's just ridiculous, you know. But either way, credit to Watford, important result. So yeah. In terms of the Stoke Leicester game, Leicester are the so-called comeback kings at the moment, and they are unbeaten in all in all competitions at the moment. They're unbeaten in the Carling Cup as well. And Stoke raced, you know, they got a 2-0 lead, and really from there, Stoke should win the game. They're at home, Britannia Stadium. It's almost a fortress. However, Leicester did come back, which was, I don't know what to say. I think they kind of deserved it at the end because when you look at how they played, it's probably a fair result. But Stoke's defense is pretty awful, and there's not much more to say in regards to that. In regards to Swansea and Everton, a 0-0 game, both defences on form, and I'll just keep it at that. With Man City West Ham obviously played very well in this game, got the 2-0 lead, and they kind of reciprocated their form from the Emirates and Anfield into this game as well. And Man City's defence without company, to a certain extent, is vulnerable, and they did get caught out. And they had a lifeline with De Bruyne. However, um, to be honest, West Ham showed maturity by letting the game, you know, die out, and a very good victory. And Bilic deserves a lot of credit, I think, for the way he set up his team. He was clearly aware of that Man City and the threat they posed, and defensively resolute and playing on the counter. And Payet had a very good game as well. So in terms of my team, I mean, I got Silva in, and obviously that backfired with him getting injured in the warm up. But I was very easily I could have got De Bruyne, and that's a difference of 20 points this week because I had Silva captain. So that was disappointing. But De Bruyne is definitely a player to look at if you're looking at Man City defenders. And this week, having seen the Carling Cup game with Sterling as well, he's also another player to consider. Uh, with Spurs and Crystal Palace, there's not much to say. Son, a player I think I recommended before, anyways. Um, this probably reinforces the fact that you should consider him. And with Eriksen back, just a reminder of these are two players from Spurs you might want to look at. Kane at the moment has not been scoring, and he doesn't look like he's going to score, but could be very wrong. And at the same time, lastly, with Crystal Palace, it's rare to see them lose away, and I'm sure they'll come back. I know Alan Pardew, 2 defeats in a row, I think now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll come back. So either way, there's not much to say here. Liverpool and Norwich, didn't expect Liverpool to win this game, but in terms of bonuses, Moreno had a very good game. So and with this, he's got the free bonus. So he's definitely someone to consider. And another player is Sturridge. Sturridge has come back at 10.4. Player definitely worth considering. Liverpool fixtures are not so great, but keep an eye out for him. If you want to go for a risk and a gamble, to a certain extent, go for him. And lastly, Southampton Man United game, definitely an entertaining game. Southampton probably should have won this game the way they started, but I think how do you say it? Lack of ambition cost them in this game. And in terms of the players, Martial getting 2 goals, I think Martial and Mata are probably 2 players you want to look at if you want to get main out players. Um, and even Depay. I think Depay definitely could have scored in that game, you know. So, in terms of my team, obviously I had Pella, so that was great. Mane has been getting points. I mean, I was very close to getting Mane instead. I've got Shaqiri, and to a certain extent, maybe I should have got Mane. But either way, not much to say in terms of the overall game. Important win for Man United because as much people can say they're not playing great, etc. They're just 2 points off City. So, but Southampton defensively, with Bertrand coming back and everything, they should be more resolute. So I don't expect them to ship 3 goals away anytime soon. So yeah, that's my post game week 6 video. I hope you guys, if you haven't, do join the football fantasy league. The code is provided in the previous video before. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Talk soon.